Oakley dokley, let's take a look here. Yeah. It's fucking cool that it works. Yeah, alright. Now when I hover over them and I move away from them, they unhighlight. But I could fix that. When I go on it, it stays the color, and then it goes away after I move off of it. But ideally, I mean, I'd like to know where I am based off of what's highlighted. I could just give it another color for what I'm actually on. And I'll have to fix this camera too, because I have to move the camera while I'm moving this thing here. Or I could just use the D-pad. Plug it with the D-pad maybe. Yeah, so I could highlight the zone where I could go a different color. And then this highlighter itself would be a different color. Just so I could see where I am. And I could fix this problem where things are changing color. So I think that's in the tile view. Before I do anything, I do enjoy the progress that I have here. This is going to be called movement tile logic, or movement possible. What would I call it? I'll just call it movement tile highlight, movement tile search logic. We'll call it that. And we'll do that. Check it in. I don't know what those are. And then go ahead and plop that onto the main branch. And then put it in, put it in, put it in. Okay. I've been at it for a few days now. How long have I been at it? 12, 18, 19. Yeah, these past few days have been pretty good. So that'll be in the tile view, I believes. I believes it. Because isn't this here? Isn't it here where I have the? Oh no, it's not. Is it the board view? It is the board view. Okay, so this is selected tile, default color, selected tile. Make a new color called movement range. Movement range color equals new color. Normally these should be floats. I don't know why. Oh yeah, they are floats. Okay. So not white, not black. A nice light color, like let's do a 9. 9, 9, and the alpha will be 1. That works. Movement range color. And what we'll do is, where is the selected tile color? So that's going to be the blue that it's doing. And it's going to do it in probably select tile. And select tile is being called where? Move target state. In the battle controller, what I do is I do a select tile. What I should do oopsie. What I should do is a select tile. I'm not selecting it. I'm setting its movement range. What I'm doing right now is I'm thinking about how I'm going to identify that as a movement range currently. And if I should just maybe have a persistent, like I could have a persistent bool that says, hey, this tile is currently part of the movement range. And when that is the case, it defaults to the movement range color with the selected tile as kind of an override. But if the bool is off, being like I'm not analyzing it as a movement range tile, when it's not currently selected, it'll go to default. Meaning I could, so in here, when I'm doing select tiles, it's like, yeah, I'm not really selecting it. I'm setting it more as a movement range. So what I could do is do movement range highlight. Tiles. Movement highlights, or just movement highlights. Movement highlight, or highlight movement. Well, I like movement in front because it's more clear specifically. And what I'll do is I'll go back into board view, and what we'll do is instead of select tile, where is select tile? Here. What I'll do is I'll do a public void. We'll just do movement highlight tiles, right? And we'll do the same thing, like the list of tile views, right? We'll call that tiles. And then what we'll do is for each one, the same thing as this. Right, same thing as select, except instead of selected tile, we'll do movement range color. Right? And then what I'm going to do too is for each one, is not only am I going to change its color when that happens, but I'm also going to set oh, I kind of screwed up that name, didn't I? Movement I want to set here I want to set the movement range, or in movement range equals true. And what we'll do is we'll have a bool. Where would be a nice place to put it? Prefab, damage, mark prefab, player views. put it here, I guess. Public bool in movement range. And we'll start that off as false. Because when we start it, we're not going to be in that state anyway. And what we'll do is in the deselect tile. Now I have deselect tiles and I have deselect tile. So in the deselect tiles, I'm not going to put it here yet, but I'll put it in the deselect tile. Deselect tile. So before I go with the default color, I want to make sure that if in movement range is true, right? We're going to do this. And we're going to do movement range color. But if it's not in movement range, you just go to the default color. It should kind of already work now. I'm just kind of wondering if on select tiles, deselect tile, and when I deselect, yeah, because somewhere I have to set in movement range to false. So movement highlight movement tiles. What's the opposite of highlight? Movement tile. I could say show. And then the other one will be hide. Movement tile, hide. And what we'll do here is for each one, what we're going to do is we're just going to set it to default color, right? And we'll put the in movement range to false. And let me just tidy this up a tiny bit. Like that, like that. Right, and then, so I think maybe, yeah, I might need to tweak this some more there, but it's just a general. And let's just see what's happening. Let's just try it. What is this? Okay, let's just try this and see. I've angered Unity for some reason. Ooh, I've pissed it off. Do I have other things I didn't save? Compiler errors clear. Right, I've changed the name of this to movement tile. I can't see. Show. And here it would be movement tile hide when I exit that state. Let's see what it wants to do. Clear, no, clear. So let's go see. Okay, it's barely noticeable, but it is there. Let me just see real quick. No, it's not bringing it back. I'll have to change the color a tiny bit because I could hardly see it. So it's not really working. Let's go to just get that color looking a bit better. Maybe I can get a color thing, RGB color picker. I like the idea of having white, and I like the idea of it being a little gray, kind of like that. But I'd like for it to be in 256 is 100%, but what's, oh, you know what, I'll just do 0.5. Yeah, I'll just do 0.5. 50% gray. RGB. That'll be fine. Now, it wasn't working. When I hover over it, I'm doing a select in movement range. Yeah, well, okay, it's not working, but let's try and see again there and see. I'm going to go take a look at what's going on. I got to fix this camera now. I can't keep trying to. Okay, 50% gray, that's cool. Now when I move over, see, it doesn't go back to gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup in my notes here. Whoa, zoom in. Right, so what is this? Init battle. Test, don't need that. Save. Init 1, init 2, init 3, that all works. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Right, we got those events working to speak to that thing. This was a quick test for knowing some stuff. I'm going to take that out as well. I want to take all of the notes out because I'm going to start just checking. I want to see which, well, one, it's getting a little cluttered. And two, I want to add some more there, and I'll have it so cluttered. And I could add those later when I get to it, where I need it. Let's start it over. Good. Okay, and there's no messages. So what I want to see is what is being called when. So what's going on with the board view here? Right, so movement tiles hide. I wouldn't have done that at all because I never really left the state. Movement tiles show. Let's put one in here. Debug.log. Right, I know that's happening because we could see it. But I could do movement tiles show. Right, that'll happen when I click on the character. Now this one here, deselect tile. Right, I want to see this one because I think that's what's happening here. Debug.log. This is deselect tiles. Multiple tiles. Right. And then here we have, I'm just going to copy. And I'm going to do select tiles with an S. And this is deselect tile. Right. This is just the one tile. And then the select tile, which should be just the one tile. So I'm going to take a look here. I want to see what is going on. Okay, so here we could see deselect tile is happening when I move it around, as well as select tile, which is normal. Select tile is being printed just once. Okay, now when I do this, whoops, there. Okay, so we now have a movement tile show. Okay, so from here, I'm going to clear it. and I'm going to move. I do a deselect and I do a select when I do that. But even though I'm doing a deselect, I should be checking, is it in the movement range, right? And if it is, it should be movement range color, not default. It seems to be going to default. So I'm curious, if I click on this one, oh Jesus, on this one in the middle, tile view, let me check out the tile view real quick. In movement range, it's a public bool. Oh, it's in the board view. Ah! That is a why. That is a why. I need it for it to be in a tile, not in the board view. So let me go back to board view. Right, if I'm doing it on the point, select the point, get tile, yeah. What I'll do is I'll do where's the tile view? Tile view is going to have point, coordinate, height, init view, unit view, previous distance. That's fine. We'll do this. There. And then I'll just grab this for the tile, and battle view, board view. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to check, hey, is that tiles thing true? Not the one that's in this script, but the one that's in movement range. Ah, damn it. In move tile view, get component.tile view. Oh. In movement range. If that's true, do that. If not, do that. Now, where else am I doing this? In movement range stuff here, down here. So what I'll do is I will do the same thing. Tiles dot in this case it would be I for the index, and in this case here as well it would be I for the index. Okay, now let's try it. Okay. Still not doing it. What the actual heck? Did I not save the tile view script, maybe? Oh shit, I clicked it. Maybe I didn't save the tile view script? I did. It's public. Board view. It's a list of tile views. Is it the actual tile view from the board? Yeah, it would be. Well, let me see something. Tile view, this is public. So let's take a look at something. I'll start it over. And we're going to go back over onto the dude like this. Now I'm not going to click on anything. I'm just going to take a look here. In movement range is not on. That's good. That's good. Now let's go back to the game. And I'm going to click. Now, in movement range is on. Good. The one at 0 is not on. But that's okay because, you know. Now, if I move this, oh, I need to go back in the game. I move it there, right? And I move it there again. Okay. Now, let's take a look. In movement range is on. In movement range is on. So something's going on there. And I just want to see this here. In movement range is on. Right now, when I move over, I'm doing a deselect tile and I'm doing a select tile, an individual tile. And that would be in the board view. I believe so. Deselect and select tile. So selecting a tile is fine. I'm always going to bring it to the selected tile color. But when I go into a deselect tile, I want to see, hey, in movement range, yeah. Then I want you to set your color. Oh, else. That's a bit derpy of me. And let's go see the other ones here. Okay. It's one or the other. Not one, then the other. There we go. Cool. Good. Now, what am I doing now? I could fix it so that the camera is not so annoying by, I'd have to get into the move script, move event, or I could reconfigure the camera rig. This one here. So instead of doing this, I have to get the numbers. Unity Xbox controller mapping. I want to do this here for now until I completely redo the controller stuff, but seven positive, 7 negative, I guess, because these are triggers, these are just numbers, but I guess if it equals +1, if it equals -1, I'm guessing. What does these ones say? You'd think I'd be able to zoom in on that. D-pad horizontal, D-pad vertical. Do we have a D-pad? Oh, it's an axis. Really? The 6th axis, the 7th axis. I thought it would have been a button. Okay, that's fine. Let's go in Input Manager, D-pad. Yeah, I like D-pad, horizontal D-pad. So what we'll do is we'll just do a duplicate here and another duplicate. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to call it D-pad horizontal and D-pad vertical. D-pad vertical. Okay, oop. And never mind of these other ones there. I don't want any of this stuff. I'll create custom things for each one. And then let me see. Try to see here what numbers they were. Horizontal is 6 and vertical is 7. Horizontal is 6 and vertical is 7. Okay. D-pad horizontal. Actually, what I'll do. Well, I could just put it in here. This one is horizontal. And this one is vertical. This should work. I don't know if the timing, and I'm kind of wondering because I thought it was a button. So because it's I'm not doing a damn thing now. I can't even move. What the heck? Argument not set up. Vertical. Did I not write that right? I did not write that right. Vertical. So I can move my thing, but my vertical is not working on my D-pad. Why not? But I could move this. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. If I click in, it'll disappear, because that would go into the next state. I guess that's plugged in. Why is my D-pad vertical not working? Odd. Let me see in my console clear. I don't need this anymore, so what I'll do is I'll in my board view, I'm just going to unremove all of these bits and pieces. I could delete them as well. That way it'll clean it up a bit. What I want to see is my camera rig. Do I have an example of a debug here somewhere? I don't know, let me find. Whoops. Bloop, bloop. Debug. Okay, I got a button, but I want an axis. Do I have an example of an axis? Oh, I'm checking the project. Damn it. The rig. No. Find debug. Current project. Current document. Nothing. Yeah, because there's just a way to print it, like if it's the raw data or something. If it does not equal 0, yeah, let me do a debug here just to see .log. Yeah, I'll just type vertical, and I wonder if what would happen if I do an input get axis dot raw, no, input get axis. I'll probably have to type it actually. Dpad vertical dot I could maybe try just doing toString. Try that and see if that prints anything. And I also want to do the horizontal. Just to see. Nothing. That's got to be a button. Don't make no sense that it's not a button. I find that very strange. Why is it saying axis? Oh, here we go. Why? What the heck? Export one in Unity, Windows, Mac OS X. Really? This one is telling me it's button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8, which makes so much more sense to me. So I'm going to put this on the side here. We're going to try those button numbers. That really makes a lot more sense to me. So I'm going to close this. We're going to duplicate it and duplicate it. I'm going to go into this one and I'm going to call it dpad up. And that is a button 5. Oh. I had it. Oh, maybe. I'm curious now. Can I undo what I just did? I can. Good. D-pad vertical. I have it set to button. But why? Because I got it from horizontal. Oh, but it was a keyboard horizontal. Yeah. Yeah, let's do joystick axis. And then joystick axis. And now try it. Ooh, it's going nuts on me here. Oh no. Just the normal vertical. Why? It's doing nothing. It's returning a value, but it's got like a dead zone, I guess. But still, it doesn't change. I'm not getting anything on horizontal. Oh no, wait, what am I? Okay, 1 second. Horizontal is 6th. I think this one was 7. Let me check. Yeah. Let's try it again. Ha! Yes, now it works. But it's not moving my camera. Okay. I gotta scratch my eyes. Good. At least the input is working. But I need it to move now. What were the values? -1 is pure 1 and 2. Or 1 and -1. Which is good. So why is it not moving? Transform dot forward times free movement speed times that's why. Okay, well, it's kind of inverted, but it's okay, it's cool. Yay, and I could just individually move that now. They're mapped to different buttons. Okay, I'm gonna fix that though, because it's gonna be a bit annoying. That also needs to be fixed towards based off of where the camera is looking. Yeah. Just inverse those. There we go. There, perfect. Now it's actually mapped in the right direction. Good. Then I can go over here, and I can still kind of move around, and it's... Oh. Oh, it doesn't need to be mapped to the right... Okay, it's already mapped to the direction of the camera. Cool. Yeah, so much better. Not the... It's kind of weird that it's on the D-pad, but at least it's separate. Now I can go here, select that. Good. Excellent. Perfect. Cool. I'm gonna submit that. I'm just gonna do a remap, a little bit of a, just a tiny little remap there. Remap movement control, remap movement, camera movement. Because when I start, the movement stuff for real, I just want to be able to start fresh and clean. And not have, because it might break when I start doing the movement stuff, and I don't want to. It's not as risky as other stuff that's coming down the road. That's going to be a lot more complicated, but this is still, I like to, those are kind of like little checkpoints, little save checkpoints. Okay, good. Now, let me see. I don't need this, I don't need this. This is, we did all this. All this is good. Movement. All right, so we did the movement class already. Let me see here, I think. We're now in the states. Move target state, that's what we're playing with. Move sequence state. In this state, we already know the current unit, where the unit should move. This state triggers the path traversal animation. So this is exactly where we are. And I do believe if I go to the battle controller here, move target, right on fire event, move sequence state. We go into here, boom. Okay, nothing is implemented. But I did create this, and this is where I was. So yeah, looping. This state triggers the path traversal animation and waits for it to complete before looping back into the unit selection state. Perfect. By making this phase of the game its own state, I don't have to worry about additional user input causing bugs. Exactly. Good. Move sequence state, battle state. Perfect. I got some extra things in here. Fine. On we enter. I don't think I need base enter. I don't think I need that, but anyways, start coroutine sequence. Now, this is going to be a coroutine. And I don't know if I could do a coroutine in here. We'll see. Let's put it in. Nope, it's not happy. It's not happy. Oh no, it's not happy at all. But you know, the movement state, because this is the visualizer, this would be visualizer stuff. Anything coroutine is visualizer stuff. But this is a state, and I'm not putting any visual stuff in this state. It's just the logic. And everything would implement or interface with the visual stuff. So, but normally, so this would be visual movement, owner, current unit, get component movement, and then what we do is we start the coroutine of the traverse. That would be the movement, owner, current tile, owner. Change state. Yeah, and at the end of it, we would do this. So what I want to do really is when I enter, I want to start visual movement. Right? And then at some point, I have a receive movement completed. Go to select unit state, right? That's what I want. That's all I need in here. This is the stuff here that's going to make that stuff move visually. Okay. I'm going to go for a quick break.